Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we will be going over some of the best highlights from the LCK Summer Playoffs Round 3 matchup between T1 and GEN.G. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
He has a 5-letter name. I couldn't quite do it exactly the way, but you know, it's 2 syllables.
Makes sense. Okay, we're getting in there on the owner who does smite away the scuttle. He's trying to get over to the speed here, but the flash isn't really going to get him into a safe spot. There's not a lot of damage between these two, but they finally do get the job done. As owner, I hope bottom lane.
Yeah, Chovy,
what's happening? He
also went for Doran's ring and has a mana advantage here, so Faker actually forced to back now with no teleport. Feels very awkward. He can stick around, and owner once again caught out.
Well, the blast plant is there, but he's super low, and Delight's actually here now as the shield does come down, but it looks like just a fed kill over to Pays, as owner is going to go down for the second time in this game.
The observing kind of left it a little bit. Got hit by Faker there, and Faker tried to look for the play. Then maybe owner could actually force a flash out of Chovy, you get that kill, but he didn't have flash because of that topside play, and it's all snowballing down.
Yeah, it is a bit. We had a mini Zerian moment, not a real one, just a kill, as now just walking in nearly smites it away to Peanut. Looks like he didn't quite have it, actually, so just going to be another owner death. They do get the Mountain Drake, but this is very concerning as a sheepish grin is on the face of owner.
Enough of the three critical parts of this early game already. I mean, I wouldn't say fed, but accelerated. And
yeah, it's like the anti-treasure hunter, right? Now just Doran and Delight need one. As Pays is getting run down here, he's going to get knocked up. That is a dead Zeri, if I've ever seen one, as Delight now trying to extend this one as Peanut is making his way down, but it's just a good 2v2 win here for T1, taking out Pays.
And Guma Carrier duo, the laning phase here going swimmingly for the Xayah Rakan.
And Peanut, this is what he does best. He gets a lead in the jungle matchup, and he punishes. He's getting in onto owner now. He has his own red buff, and owner's just trying to secure a red buff of his own at this point. So does land the smite, and now they're turning this one as Peanut not really in a position, doesn't have a way to get out, as that's a kill actually going over to Peanut, maybe going too far, as now Carrier making his way in. The Emperor's Divide, but it's 2v4, and Doran is kind of left to the wolves here. He doesn't have his flash just yet, but it's very close, as he is just going to dash his way out, barely surviving in that trade.
Well, it's a disaster for GEN.G here on the top side. Back, obviously, with just sitting on an Aegis. So, it's not the end of the world here for GEN.G, but a lot of that lead has now kind of evaporated. And as they will be able to take this Herald top side. Meanwhile, Carrier has 6.
Yeah, trying to make a play here on a Delight, but he is going to crash down away as Pays gets charmed up, and he doesn't have any summoners. The Zeri ult comes out, but it is too little too late. 2 kills go to Guma.
I don't know if we call that a Xayah.
I'm going to go bot, even though the Rift Herald is already dead.
And Carrier is on a control ward with level 6. Like, there's just... And the objective is to deny the ward clear, perhaps. With Delight not having level 6, there's just no winning this one. There's not even, I mean, obviously later on, just by natural, getting caught by these feathers, gotta be careful with that, but naturally will, of course, be relevant later on in this game. And if GEN.G can get to that point and T1 can't lock him down, he could be big even though the early game wasn't his best.
All right, let's see how this goes. Chovy just picked up Ludens. Could be a big difference maker in this fight. Carrier looking for the angle from the left side. They're going to get in onto the Rel, actually. Delight just gets 100 to 0, but that's the support. As now Doran coming in from behind. Zeus trying to make a big play here onto Zerian. Will take him out. And now it's 5v3 in favor of T1. They have the damage. They take out the Renekton. And Chovy is alone versus like 8,000 people. It's a double kill now for Guma as T1 will take down the fight.
Oh man, impact on that turnaround. So Faker's here on the flank as well, trying to layer in some damage, and they're trying to put GEN.G essentially on a clock here on this hold of the aggro. And we talked about what's the only follow-up you really have to the Sejuani ult? It's the Rakan. Carrier hits that perfectly. Doran's on the flank here. Notice how they kite to this choke point. He gets the first dash. Then when Zeus comes in, he dashes back towards Pays to try to maybe turn this and win this fight. But there's too much damage in this Gnar. Like, he's actually straight up a secondary 80 carry to the Guma Yusi Xayah, who's already pretty big, And Doran's going to get a turret here. Looks like that's going to go over. Herald getting dropped here after Outer. They're going to try to heavily commit to get that inner gold. They're set up for this.
Yeah. Definitely can try to siege this. The Sedge ult comes out, but the follow-up from the Maokai. Guma just going to cleanse, just to be safe. Ult here from Carrier, going to catch Chovy, and again, he's just going to be burst down as the Rel goes in just to die. As, man, that is a very nice setup here from T1, and they're just catching GEN.G bit by bit. As now Doran, yeah, he's pushing, but Faker can just TP in.
Yeah, and because Doran didn't have teleport, there was nothing he could have done about this play. This could just be an early inhib if they want to commit to turrets. There's no turret outer and mid. There's no bot at all. And this is the call to go on to the Azir. Guys, like, basically Keria, he sees the angle, and he calls it out. The flash is so beautiful. And, I mean, this is just from the regular perspective here now after Keria's play, and then Zeus just goes in here and pulls Peanut basically max range. There's nothing Pays can do. He's sitting on a shiv, and then Faker teleports.
What happens when you go for the Luden's Azir sometimes is that you're just going to get engaged on it if you don't have Crown. So much of the carry potential on the side of GEN.G is just gone. Is Guma going to pull back some feathers? Man, they are really ripping into them now. As the Maokai ultimate is going to come out, but easy feather storm now for Guma, who is immensely fed. And now the flank is going to come in. GEN.G, they keep trying to opt into this fight, and they're just getting killed over and over. As now T1 is 4v1. Chovy is alone. He's just going to be taken out eventually. Down he will go. Owner takes it and pays.
This series, it looks like here, I mean, look at the siege setup here for T1. Keria decides, okay, they set up the feathers, I'm going to follow up. Like, Guma sets up Keria, and Keria just smashes a home run here. Peanut is dead on arrival. Ends up getting caught by the Sejuani ult, but he was going to die no matter what. And then Chovy shows up super late here to hit nobody and just go down.
I guess he got that 900 gold shutdown.
Play, and I mean, now you're getting crushed.
Oh boy. Well, he's going to avoid the Blade Caller route and get away, but that's okay, engage comes in from GEN.G. They finally pull the trigger. This is pretty nice, but Faker is going to get away, and it's Guma, who did not get gauged upon, of course. He is the Xayah, gets flashed on, presses his R button, and T1 looks like they should stop this first game, although Pays is going to get the one kill. Guma eats a hit from the Soldier, as now maybe they went a bit too far.
Teleport though from Faker.
Quite strong with a flash over the divide, and it will be enough. T1 playing with fire, but they do get there in the end. They wipe GEN.G, and they will take down this game number 3.
And that 18.5 minute inhibitor's down, so there's super minions on the Nexus. It just absolutely destroyed GEN.G in this one. And oh man, I don't know if you can mentally recover from 2 losses like that. A narrow loss, obviously, in the second game, but this one, I mean, this was something else. Make some objectives. No, that's what T1 does, and when Faker is on the rift with them, they know exactly how far they could push these advantages. And yeah, it looked scary for a moment until it didn't. And Guma does 20,000 damage in this game with the early lead he was gifted by Pays and Delight.
Yeah, absolutely. That 2v2 diff in the bottom side definitely coming to fruition in a big way in this one. And we talked about all the win conditions, everything you had to do for both teams. GEN.G, they're getting wins in drafts, and they are dropping.
These are some of the best highlights from the matchup between T1 and GEN.G during the round 3 phase of the LCK Summer Playoffs. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.